6 days into war, and Iran has now done what many feared: crossed the hypersonic threshold. Tehran launched its first confirmed barrage of Fatah-1 hypersonic missiles, with Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei declaring that the battle begins. For the first time in decades, Israel's missile defense might not be enough. The Fatah-1 is fast and brutal. A solid-fuel, precision-guided missile with a range of 1,400 kilometers. It hits Mach 13 to 15 in its terminal phase, nearly 18,000 kilometers per hour. Unlike traditional ballistic missiles, it doesn't fall back to Earth. It maneuvers and changes direction mid-flight. According to the IRGC, the missile successfully breached multiple Israeli defense layers in the 11th wave of Operation True Promise. Its nickname in Tehran is the Israel Striker. Israel's Iron Dome, David's Sling, Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 form one of the world's most advanced multi-tiered air defense networks. They've stopped thousands of rockets from Hamas, Hezbollah, even previous Iranian salvos. But hypersonic weapons change the game. Hypersonic missiles don't follow predictable arcs. Their speeds give defenders less than 60 seconds to react, and their maneuverability makes intercept calculations nearly useless. But Israel doesn't have those interceptors, and neither does anybody else. The Fatah-1 wasn't a prototype, but it is operational. According to Iranian officials, dozens of Fatah missiles were already deployed during the October 2024 barrage, and many more are ready. This time, they've reportedly hit central Israel, Haifa, Tel Aviv, igniting fires in civilian zones and damaging critical infrastructure. All of this while, Israeli systems scramble to respond. One missile strike tore through parking lots, and another triggered explosions near Haifa's fuel depots. Remember, this is from a weapon that most Western analysts weren't even sure that Iran would use, and now it is out of the box. Why is this such a big deal? Because hypersonic warfare erodes deterrence. Air defense is no longer guaranteed. Civilian zones are no longer safe. Strategic targets are no longer immune. If Fatah-1s become regular features in Iran's arsenal, Israel can't intercept every missile. It simply doesn't have the numbers or the technology. This means higher casualties, more destruction, and a forced reconsideration of what air superiority really is. Israel isn't sitting idle. Mossad has sabotaged Iranian radar. Israeli jets have bombed missile factories in Karaj and struck centrifuge facilities near Tehran. The IDF says it's eliminated a third of Iran's missile launchers. But launchers are mobile. Iran is massive, and the strikes have only slowed but not stopped the barrages. Even as Israeli jets fly over Tehran, Iran continues to launch what is the true power of hypersonic deterrence. Even America's THAAD system, deployed in Israel last year, can't reliably intercept hypersonic missiles. Neither can the Aegis destroyers patrolling the Mediterranean. Because even the most advanced current interceptors were built for predictable arcs, not intelligent maneuvers at Mach 15. Until now, only Russia, China, and India had operational hypersonic missile capabilities. With Fatah-1, Iran joins that club and uses it in active war.